This is Margaret Jameson, Granny Maggie of Granny Magic. I wanted to do our live today to talk about how that I wanted to approach doing some tarot teaching through lives on Instagram. Hey there, everybody. I see everybody coming on. So I'll take a minute before I show anything, but what I want to do is teach tarot with all of us at least nominally on the same page as we work together. So I am going to be working with the Rider-Waite deck. I'm going to start over teaching a little bit about the major arcana cards. And because I've done so much of that before, I'll try to go through them fairly quickly. However, what I would like for people to do so that our comments and our discussions are all on the same page is to get an inexpensive set of Rider-Waite tarot. Even if that's not what you normally use, the symbols are specific. The things we're going to be talking about are specific. Once you understand the energy of the card, it's easier to look at other tarot cards that usually work from this and basically see where they're getting their meanings from. There are different systems. There are actually tarot decks, Aleister Crowley's, for example, that even numbers the cards a little bit differently. So, an inexpensive Rider-Waite deck, try to find ones that do not have all the keywords and all the markings. If you want a deck that already has keywords, I recommend the Apprentice Tarot deck. Otherwise, you're better off making your own learner's deck with your own information that has the correspondences that are important to you. That way it's not confusing, it's not overwhelming, you're not caught up in minutia. Instead, you're understanding the energy of the card, and then when it's with other cards in a spread, how that energy flows and what that energy flow means. Now, I highly recommend to give yourself more room. They have this on Amazon, the Giant Rider-Waite Tarot deck and a Sharpie pen. If you get the Giant Rider-Waite Tarot deck, and I think it's on Amazon for $21.56 in the United States, you have a lot more room to write. And a Sharpie pen will write and will stay on the glossy finish. However, I recommend a fine point so you don't run out of room on the card. One of the things that I'm going to want to do as we're learning to read these is to have you mark those keywords on there so that you have them available to you. Now, the book that I'm recommending, which is also relatively inexpensive off Amazon, I don't know other places, The Big Book of Tarot Meanings. This book not only helps you understand the meanings of the symbols and the keywords and that type of thing, but it talks about them in the context of different situations, how that energy would apply in a love relationship, how that energy might apply if you're buying a house. So this, I think, is the best book that I have ever found. I will be working out of this book to help you so that if you also have this book, we're on the same page. So those are my recommendations. I'm also going to be working first with just Major Arcana cards. Major Arcana cards are what set the tarot apart from a lot of other systems, even working with playing cards. Basically, tarot is the 56 playing cards plus the 22 Major Arcana. So we'll start with Major Arcana because those are going to be in your reading what all the minor Arcana cards energies relate to. And I'm going to do more than one at a time. And I'm going to try, instead of going in order, I'm going to try to group them sort of by energy pattern or what's similar in these cards but what's different. Because I think that's a major factor when looking at and reading tarot cards. So I'm going to also put up longer videos as needed on YouTube. And I'm going to try to set up a more formal class for those who want to learn the spirit-led approach to reading tarot. I did a workshop a while back on that, but I want to do maybe a couple of shorter ones and break it down. And I would probably want to use Zoom for that. So those would probably there'd be a small fee. Those would be paid workshops. So that's how I'm going to approach teaching tarot. And I hope that it'll get you started. I hope that it will give you confidence. 2 caveats. I don't read reversed cards. And the other thing, we're not going to learn a zillion spreads. All the time, people come to me with these unusual spreads. Well, what possibly could this card mean related to this topic? Assign this meaning in this spread. And some of them are kind of obtuse. I'm thinking, why are you using that spread? There are some basic spreads that we'll learn, and they will apply to any kind of question that you put to them. Every once in a while, I'll find a spread that I really like that's a little bit different, and I will put that up. Please gather things together and get yourself set up and ready to go if you want to partake in the tarot learning. I would like to go ahead and start with that on Thursday, if possible. If you can get things locally, if you can order them from Amazon, they usually come fairly quickly. If you don't have everything in place, I'll always put up a recording so that you have it for later. So, I'm really excited. I love tarot. I love to try to find ways to share tarot. I have my own interpretations, and when it is my interpretation and that it's not in the book, or I haven't read it in someone else's book, but it speaks to me that way, I will absolutely identify that to you so that you know that's Granny's way of looking at that card and its energy. Usually that's based on I got my first deck when I was 12. So over, 55 years of experience, what those cards tend to mean when they pop up in a reading. And, what kinds of situations they usually kind of imply in a reading. So I will be doing that. So the tarot, the way that I'll be working with it is thinking of it as energy. So if that's what you want to do, this is the course for you. It's not about yes, no questions. It's not about like fortune telling. That's kind of not how I read. Someone said they were drawn to a deck. Yes, you can be drawn to a deck, but for this class, I really recommend some version of the Rider-Waite. And I'm still going to figure out how to do a couple shorter versions of the Spirit-Led Tarot, because if I do them on Zoom, sometimes people want them, and I have to figure out an easy way to make the recording link available if it'll cost a few dollars. If you are able to, go to my shop. I've posted this. There's a very simple tarot card journal that you can download. You have to put your email in because the link goes to your email. So you have to check out with your email. And it has places where you can make your own little book almost and other things like that. And then there's another tarot, a very simple beginner tarot little book that you can also download. And it has cheat sheets in it. And we all love a good cheat sheet, and those ones are pretty good. And I think that you'll like those. So those are the 2, simple tarot journal and then that tarot book for beginners that you can go for free and download from my shop. So Thursday, there will be a live around teaching tarot, and I'll be putting up cards with meanings. Some of them I've already put up before. I hope people don't mind that it's going to be sort of duplicated. All right, well, have a good rest of your evening. Thank you for signing in. I don't know what time I do lives, to be honest with you. I schedule them around my schedule and my professional appointments. It's just how it works for me. I kind of have to do it that way. Sometimes there's priorities I have to set. Like I was helping somebody today who, if you can come to the live, that's fine. If not, you can always ask a question in the comments, and I will always take the live and make it an edited recording that I will repost. So you don't have to worry if you're not there exactly at the time. I mean, it's nice to have people here. I love the response. And you get more because it's unedited. It's not all cleaned up. So I think more of my personality comes through, more of the glitches, and then information gets repeated a lot more in the lives. But like I said, it's really hard for me to know. My business is just me. I'm everything. I'm the person who makes the appointments. I'm the person that purchases. I'm the person that ships the orders. I'm the person that does the readings. It's all me. So sometimes life intervenes and I just can't stick to a schedule. It's just not who I am. But they're never early in the morning because I don't even do readings until 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Because my mornings, I have a zillion cats inside and outside, and chickens and a tortoise and 4 dogs and a partner and me. And I have to catch up on things in the mornings. If I can schedule one, I will. And then if I do schedule it, Instagram will tell you, if you're a follower, when that's going to happen. So it helps to be a follower, then you get more of my posts. I know some people aren't getting them all. If you aren't getting them all, you can add me to favorites. The other thing that you can do is to go to my page. And then the more you like my stuff or comment on my stuff, the more Insta will show it to you. That's just kind of the way their algorithm works now. So I will see you for tarot on Thursday. Tomorrow, I will be talking with you about something else that's come up. A lot of people are dealing with what they think of as negative energy right now that's causing them anxiety. And some people are wanting to know about how do you know if you're cursed? And I'm dealing with that with somebody even today. So maybe I'll do a little bit on that tomorrow. Thank you so much.